Emotional maturity. Emotional maturity seems to be something that is completely lost on many people in our society, mainly people in the mainstream media. One of the signs of an emotionally immature person is this need for constant attention, this need for constant validation. Yesterday, me and my friends, we played our usual Friday afternoon round of golf. After we finish playing, we always head downtown to our spot for happy hour. For a bar to stay open past 2 a.m., the state requires them to collect membership information from all customers. Doesn't matter if you're there at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 1 o'clock in the morning. For the bar to remain open past 2 in the morning, all customers are required to fill out membership cards. It's absolutely ridiculous. The law doesn't make any sense, which it's not anything unusual since nothing the government does makes sense. Now, the information required by the state, it's just the typical stuff on your driver's license. It takes 5 seconds to fill out this form. Last night, some woman in her late 20s, maybe early 30s, she and her boyfriend come into the bar to play pool. They were from out of town, so my friend who works the bar, she asked them to get the required information. Now, you guys remember a while back when I said some women had this unique ability to talk themselves into looking like a sea donkey? Last night, this was one of those women. She's bitching. She's complaining about filling out this form. She's making a scene, giving my friend a hard time. I mean, this literally went on for 10 minutes. The poor dude that was with her, he's completely humiliated. She's telling everyone at the bar that filling out this form is bad for business, like she knows how to run a bar. She's waving her money around, claiming the bar doesn't want her money. After she finally shut the hell up and walked away, I told my friend, I don't know how you do this. I don't know how you work here. I would have kicked that broad out of here. All she was looking for was attention. Instead of just filling out the damn form, taking her drink and moving on, she had to create a scene. 25, 30 years old, and she had the emotional maturity of a teenager. Now, luckily for her, she was not the only sea donkey last night who made a complete ass of themselves. We had another woman in desperate need of attention sending out her distressed woke mating call. We had another woman desperately seeking the attention of a man. Tall man, short men, trans men, any man would do. Last night on national television, Shannon Sharpe once again took a situation that had absolutely nothing to do with him and made it all about himself. Hey, it's me, Shay Shay. This dude, I swear to God, this dude has got to be one of the loneliest men in the mainstream media. Everything he does is calculated. Shay is constantly seeking attention and validation. He is constantly taking situations and making them all about himself. Remember a couple of weeks ago after Damar Hamlin collapsed in Cincinnati? Skip Bayless sent out that tweet that triggered all emotional men in the media. Shay Shay was so triggered, he refused to show up to work the next morning. For 24 hours, there was rampant speculation throughout the media that Shay was quitting Undisputedly Woke and filing for divorce from Skippy Bebe. Wednesday morning of that week, he finally decides to show up to work. He opens the show with an emotional temper tantrum. He's waving his hands in the air like he's on the float at the Gay Pride Parade. Skip, you just don't understand. I look in the mirror and see a man, but inside I feel like a woman. Every day is emotional trauma. Am I Shannon or am I Shay Shay? Both names are extremely feminine. Why can't doctors make me the ugliest woman in America? After Shay returned to work, the attention that he was receiving throughout the media subsided. Now, as you guys know, anyone who is addicted to attention, they are in constant need of a fix. When all male eyes are on them, life is good. But as soon as those eyes turn towards another male birthing person, they will do whatever it takes to get their fix. Last night, Shay Shay, dressed in his favorite cheerleading uniform, sat courtside at the Lakers game to support the man of his dreams, LeBron James. During pregame warm-ups, Shay was constantly bending over his seat, inviting LeBron to take a tour of the promised land. As the game was going into halftime, players were leaving the court for the locker room. Apparently, Ja Morant and Dillon Brooks, they were disgusted by the behavior of Shay Shay. Perhaps they were tired of listening to the woke mating call of a man that's old enough to be their grandfather. They started talking shit to Shannon Sharpe as they were walking off the floor. For some reason, Shay Shay thought this was some sort of invitation. He thought they were inviting him to the locker room for a nice round of the halftime bongo. Steven Adams, along with Tee Morant, father of Ja Morant, they quickly stepped in, informing Shay Shay that this was not an invitation. The Grizzlies were just disgusted by the behavior of this grown man, and they were letting him know. Watch the altercation for yourself.
At the Crypto.com arena, Dillon Brooks was having words with Shannon Sharpe, and Hall of Famer and broadcast. And you see Steven Adams comes over to protect his guy along with the supporting cast, and then Shannon Sharpe still talking, and Tee Morant, Ja Morant's dad, comes over. Had an opportunity to talk to Tee Morant, and he said,
"What a fucking embarrassment. Are you seriously this desperate for attention? Last I checked, people go to an NBA game to watch the players. No one bought a ticket to that game last night to watch Shannon Sharpe behave like a premenopausal woman." According to ESPN, the shit-talking started because Shay told Dillon Brooks that he was too small to guard LeBron James. Now, let me translate that for you. Shannon Sharpe was jealous that Dillon Brooks had his hands all over LeBron. He was telling ESPN, "He is too small to properly satisfy the needs and desires of my king." He also told ESPN, and I'm quoting this verbatim, I'm not making this shit up. Shannon Sharpe told ESPN, "They don't want this smoke." What? They don't want what? KC, he said they don't want this smoke. What he's trying to say is they don't want to get into a physical altercation with Shay Shay. Yeah, I know that. I know what he meant. What I'm trying to figure out is, why in the hell is a 54-year-old man talking like he's 24 years old? Why is a 54-year-old man threatening to fight NBA players? He also told ESPN, Ja Morant don't want these problems. What problems? What problems are you talking about, Shay Shay? What are you going to do? Hold his hand? Are you going to give him a lecture Monday morning on Undisputedly Woke? I'm not sure if you know this, Shay Shay. No one watches that show. I go to a lot of NBA games, especially during the playoffs. I normally sit 8, maybe 10 rows from the court. Now, I'm not courtside, but I'm definitely close enough to where the players can hear me talk. You know how many times I have yelled at an NBA player? You know how many times I have heckled an NBA player? None. You want to know why? I'm 38 years old. There is a huge difference in booing the opposing team, or even playfully talking shit to the opposing team, and making yourself part of the game. Last night, Shannon Sharpe made himself part of the game. Why? Because this dude is in desperate need of constant attention. Shannon Sharpe spoke with ESPN right before the start of the second half, talking all this shit to ESPN. They don't want no smoke. Tee Morant don't want these problems. Ja Morant don't want to fight me. I'm the man, damn it. Who isn't afraid of a grown man that calls himself Shay Shay? I'm not. Pretty damn sure not one fucking person in the arena last night was afraid of a dude named Shay Shay. There was all of this tough guy talk from Shannon Sharpe right before the second half. What happened a few minutes later? Watch for yourself. After all that tough guy talk, there was Shannon Sharpe trying to give a passionate woke hug to Tee Morant. As you saw in the clip, Tee Morant employed the brilliant strategy of the bongo defense. He was not allowing Shay's hands to go where they didn't belong. But let me ask you something. Where is all the fake outrage? How come the media was so triggered by the words of Skip Bayless? One innocent tweet and the entire sports media becomes emotionally triggered. But when Shannon Sharpe inserts himself into an NBA game, when Shannon Sharpe not only threatens NBA players, but also the father of Ja Morant, the media reports the story acting like this is all just normal behavior. Since when is it normal for a 54-year-old man to be acting like he's 20 years old? This entire tough guy persona from Shannon Sharpe, it is nothing but bullshit. It's an illusion. Real tough guys, the guys you don't want to fuck with, they don't have to talk. They don't have to talk about what they're gonna do. They just do it. If Shannon Sharpe was ready to fight last night, if Shannon Sharpe was really a tough guy like he pretends to be, he wouldn't have been talking shit to ESPN behind everyone's back. He would have done something. This dude is a fraud, an emotional feminine dude hiding behind a tough guy persona. Shannon Sharpe, he should be embarrassed by his behavior last night. Spike Lee, he talks shit to NBA players, but he does it in a playful manner. Shannon Sharpe last night, he was trying to pretend fight. After the game, the media asked LeBron James about the altercation. LeBron, this old guy crushing on you was defending your honor. How do you feel about it? Oh, that's my Shay. I will always defend him. I always have his back, and he always has my back. Sure he does. I am sure he does. I'm sure Shay has dreams every night of that back. But give me your thoughts. Shannon Sharpe makes a complete fool of himself on national television. Again, he talks big shit to ESPN, then gives Tee Morant a nice woke hug a few minutes later. This dude has no credibility left. He's a complete fraud. But give me your thoughts. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys tomorrow.